And when I realized I couldn't upload it to YouTube, I went, fuck it, I'm not doing that anymore. I was doing like Witcher and COD videos and stuff like that. I'm just going to keep it on YouTube because that's easier. Like, I'll be on this platform longer. Anyway, today we're playing Thronebreaker, which is a Witcher Tales, and I'll be playing The Witcher 3 from where I left off in Twitch as much as I can. I've got work and stuff back on, so we'll just see what happens. Alright, let's go. But when I do stream, I'm going to stream for like 1 to 2 hours, 1 to 4 hours, something like that. Or even less. Just depends on how I'm feeling. Yes.
Hey, come on. Get them shackles off him. Poor sod can't eat proper.
Dunno. Not sure I like that. What if he runs for it? He's worth a heap of coin.
Ah, bollocks. Been holding him a week, hasn't tried a thing. Why he up and bolt now? Matter of fact, got to thinking. What did a sweet, gentle chap like him do to get the Queen of Zerrikania so riled?
She's a shrew, that's what. Queen and witch in one. Worst of both worlds.
Enough about her. What do you say to one more of your tales? While we toss down some cards.
Ah, why not? And since you mentioned one queen...
So among this game, I haven't played this game yet. I've completed The Witcher 3 a lot of times, but I'm doing another playthrough on that at the moment. On an easier difficulty, because I wanted to see what easy is all about. Because people like to me, oh, you know, you play Death March a lot, and you complete that lots of times, and that makes... And so when you go back to an easy difficulty, I just realized you can just frog stomp every enemy. Which is great. Now, I have no idea how this goes. Or maybe I've played Gwent. I'm not going to play Gwent on the PlayStation. If I click that, what happens? No. Wait, this has Gwent in the game? I'm just going to play Battle Hardened because I just have no idea how this game plays. So I'm gonna play this for a little bit, and then we're gonna actually switch to the main Witcher. I'll see how it is. It's about 60 hours of a gameplay apparently. I also got the Bioshock collection, which came out for free. I haven't played it yet. I haven't actually played Bioshock at all. I thought, fuck it, I'll stream that as well.
The year 1267. War hung in the air, its scent palpable. The mighty empire of Nilfgaard stood poised, greedily eyeing the northern realms just across the Yaruga. In light of the threat, the realm's sovereigns met in summit. They made declarations, pledged fraternal assistance, forged alliances, and then, in good spirits, dispersed. Among them, Neve, queen of the twin realms Lyria and Rivia. Know the name? Heard her beauty extolled? Justly so. Remarkable she was. Not for her graceful exterior, but for her persistence and courage. Where was I? As the Queen and her retinue neared her capital, Count Caldwell appeared. In Neve's absence, the Count was to have helped her son, the youthful Prince Willem, run the Twin Kingdoms.
Oh, interesting.
Caldwell had clearly ridden hard. Drops of perspiration dangled from his whiskers, his neck red and chafed from a ruff, starched stiff.
A what?
Hail, Your Majesty. Delighted to see you in good health. The summit, it ended fruitfully, I hope?
Yes, at its end letters were exchanged, documents signed. Paper. Time will tell of what value. That will suffice as cordialities go, Caldwell. Tell me what's happened, for I sincerely doubt sheer longing prompted you to ride out.
Indeed, Your Grace. Another circumstance inspired me to do so. The strays of Sparla, the bandits, I was to tend to during Your Grace's absence. The situation's gotten out of hand, I fear.
I deliberated. Wasn't at all certain in giving you the task. I knew you to be an equally good strategist as I am a shepherdess. So my intuition said no. Yet Reynard interceded on your behalf. Your Grace, they're common bandits, while the Count will have a host of men-at-arms to command. Next time, I shall trust my gut. All right, speak. What has happened? Be precise.
As your Grace ordained, I set out and was nipping at the bandits' tails for long. We pursued for weeks, until scouts returned, having sighted the Strays' camp in the forest near Locheren. We waited for nightfall to surprise them as they slept. Alas, it proved a ruse. We found the tents empty. Straw-stuffed dummies round the fire. Soon, we learned that as we waited for the sunset, the Strays had snuck away, rounded our positions and ridden to Hawksburn.
I beg your pardon, my lord. The tax collectors. That is where they station.
So the gold? All of it?
It's stolen, your Grace, but I shall do all in my power to recover it. This I vow, if it be your Grace's wish.
After weeks in the saddle, your Grace's wishes are modest. A hot bath and a night's sleep in her own bed. Yet, they shall have to wait. I must look personally to this matter. Your force, Caldwell, I will now command. You... send a herald to Hawksburn. They must prepare for the Queen's arrival. Air the rooms, dust off the porcelain. Make certain they do it. Do you see now, Reynard? I believe I foretold it would be thus. My son wasn't ready in the least to rule an entire country.
I confess, Prince Willem has much to learn yet.
Yes. And very little time.
Holy shit, can I do something about the screen? Oh. Alright, it's just told me to thoroughly explore the map, so we're gonna do that. Actually, I can't copy it. Oh my god. It's different having the game like this, eh?
Thought it were bandits riding in. Milk her. They stretched her over a fire till she told them where she'd buried her gold.
Rather die than tell him she would. But I know where she kept it. Sit tight. Sketch it out for you.
Strays, they're called, Your Majesty, because they bite something nasty and bay as if by the moon possessed.
Oh, thought it were bandits riding in. Oh, thought it were bandits riding in.
Huh. Bit interesting. I'll just see how this game pans out before I say anything, you know? Got a lot of gold.
Count Caldwell rode at the column's head, scanning its flanks with a wary eye that, despite his advanced age, proved very sharp indeed.
Your Majesty! Bandits! There! At the tree line!
The Count's footmen, unaccustomed to escorting their queen, sought to shield her with their bodies and assumed a tight formation to do so. They were promptly knocked aside as Meade charged headlong at the bandits, brandishing her blade and bellowing a ferocious cry.
Attack! Charge!
Hey, there you go. Oh, I'll first just click square.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
To attack the Queen? An outrage!
Your Grace, the men await. You must lead to begin the attack.
Ballista, your command.
Yeah, yeah!
If you insist.
I'm a one, sir.
The strays took tail and run!
I shall teach you to respect the crown, you dogs!
Look out! Seek cover! We are bombarded!
The spirit salt of the earth, they are, Your Grace. They'd follow you into fire. You need simply say the word. Yes! Our victory is assured! Sound the horns! May they sing praises of this triumph for ages!
Battle's not yet done. It is better to conserve our strength, prepare for a strike that will prove decisive. Battle formation! Protect the Queen!
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Bigger they are, easier they are to tag.
What? It's a bit silly.
We'll catch 'em all!
I think I played that wrong.
Aye.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
I congratulate you on your latest victory, Your Grace. The bandits stood not a chance.
You think so? Oh, just amazing quality gameplay right here. I'm playing Gwent with more graphics.
Matters seem indeed to have gotten out of hand, to put it mildly.
Meve said, arms crossed atop her shining breastplate.
They've grown bold. Doubtless after the raid on the manor, the tax collectors. I've not heard of an ambush on the high road afore.
Caldwell explained, avoiding his liege's wrathful gaze.
Enough, Caldwell.
Is it
We must
fucking
put
raining
things right.
today?
Come.
The Queen's retinue
fucking
set out,
raining.
cavalry in front, infantry and arbalists close behind, and, following in the rear, the bandits, bound in chains.
Ah, I do adore this prospect.
Yes. Lyria, the Pearl of the North. With its hills and dales. Why, its beauty matched only by that of its queen.
After 3 weeks in the saddle, I've my doubts, Count. We shall pitch camp here. Our soldiers need respite. A spell of it they deserve.
That's the free card I got. Oh, I've got the maximum dudes, alright. So even if I like, say I make this guy, I can't.
A bit of respite, Reynard?
Yes. But if you've any new orders, Your Grace, I can be ready at any...
At ease, Reynard. At ease. Alas, I've come to fear Willem might simply not be cut out to be a king, let alone a good one.
A harsh judgment, Your Grace. Let's not be hasty. The prince is but 16 summers to him.
And is thus fully grown. The crown he should be able to bear at his age. Yet I left the land in his care for but a few months, and look what's become of it. Bandits roam and loot unchecked.
We might yet learn of mitigating circumstances. Events beyond his control.
Would that it were so, Reynard. Would that it were so. Elsewise we must hope Ancaeus will demonstrate more wit than his brother. Though I see little chance of that either. Don't you find it wearisome sitting alone? Wouldn't you prefer another's company? Swapping tales with the innkeep, even?
Your concern, I most appreciate, Your Grace. But I prefer silence.
Has it always been thus with you? Ever a man apart?
Quite the contrary, Your Grace. As a youth, I gloried in company, delighted in conversation.
So what was it that changed you?
Sorry, I'm just playing with some stream settings, just looking at how this all works.
That delight nearly cost me my head. But do you truly not know the tale, milady? How I came to be your departed husband's aide?
I don't, but would gladly hear it.
I had but 20 winters behind me when I enlisted. Yet I was granted the rank of lieutenant from the start, not by merit, but by birth. The respect of veteran officers, both my peers and seniors, that they could not grant, nor did I deserve it. To earn that respect became my driving aim, and to seem wise beyond my years, I began spouting off about the king's decisions. This maneuver Reginald botched, that he failed to think through, and yet elsewhere he'd blundered like a schoolboy.
Well, A brilliant strategist Reginald was not. They dubbed him the courageous, not the cunning, for good reason, I dare say.
It was not long before I was clanking about in shackles. Another officer had reported me. I was charged with lèse-majesté. The court-martial took but a quarter of an hour to deliver verdict and sentence. I was guilty of treason, and the noose awaited me. But Reginald first stayed the execution, then ordered that I repeat every word I'd uttered about his person or deeds. Soaked with sweat, my voice cracking, I did as he ordained. Reginald listened, raptly and silently, and when I'd finished, he declared I was right. He then appointed me his personal aide. A clever lad like you, I can always use at my side.
Indeed. Though hardly sharp himself, wisdom in others Reginald both recognized and heeded.
It was then I swore two things. Firstly, never again to wag my tongue like a fool. Secondly, never to betray his trust.
And you never did. Know what he told me moments before he passed? Trust none of them, Meave, save Reynard. The old sod was right about that, at least. I thank you for sharing that tale, Reynard. Truly. It's time I attended to other matters.
So this game seems like it, what's this button do? Wait, what? Golden chest back there? I thought I already got the golden chest. My god. This map is big. What the fuck? Have I swear I've already done that. I'm gonna go back there. I'm pretty sure I've already done it. Oh, you can put a camp down wherever the fuck you want. Oh, I see. I think I should go take it. That. Oh, I'll go back to this locked chest because I want to see. Oh, okay. So this is where the stuff is that you haven't been to yet. See how it's got like. Yeah. Oh, well, they just. Righto. So pay to win works like a charm. I spend all our money, obviously, because we don't. Hang on. Oh. All areas revealed. Okay, so we'll test it. We'll go to this area here, and if it disappears, then I have to go back there and get that chest. Oh, fuck it, we'll go back to the chest. It's just down here. I'm pretty sure this is... Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, we've already been here. Yeah, so this is an already been to area, I suppose. Yeah, alright. So that's how it works. Okay, so they go dark. But on a side note, we have every single area unlocked, and we paid a shitload of money. What's R1? Your Highness, artisans from Garibaldi have prepared a new tapestry pattern for the throne room. I've included an engraving of the design. You will be pleased with it, I hope. A Cintran lion inherited from King Karam I, barred fangs of stunning realism, and the ancestral sword of Delins of Temeria appears as if forged in the very depths of Mahakam. I have no doubt it shall prove the castle's latest masterpiece. We eagerly await your return, my lady, Gustav Perel, Royal Steward. And dear Maeve, you have my gratitude for attending the summit. What luck! We did not put off meeting any longer. From what my men say, armies on the march are kicking up a veritable dust storm across Yaruga. Come what I may, remember you have my full and unconditional support. Best wishes, Demavend. Reports. Noting increased Nilfgaardian activity in foothills of Amil Mountains and near Ritterprin. Ambassador claims routine training exercises. Number of troops, quality of equipment indicate otherwise. Recommend strengthening border forces and tripling patrols around Yaruga. Strays of Spalia, bandit group formed after revolt in dungeons of Spalia Castle. Many pickpockets, racketeers, cut purses, assassins armed with slings, daggers, instruments of torture, stolen from Spalia. Headmen's axes, saws, hammers. Cleverer and bolder than common bandits, attack heavy armoured convoys, noblemen's mansions, unable to determine identity of group's leader. Okay. So that should just say that. Cool. Alright, well let's head to the loot then. So we'll refer to the map a lot now, since every single item's now on the map. Like that I needed to spy with, and there's some question marks and shit, so they're point of exclamations. So that's pretty nice. And obviously we'll meet other people along as we go.
Is this what I pay taxes for? To be robbed along the high road, and in broad daylight, no less. Were it not for mandatory merchant routes and stacking rights, why I'd have gone round through Sodden. They told me. Lyria's a wild land, lawless, chaotic, a damn disgrace. Were it not for mandatory merchant routes and stacking rights, why I'd have gone round through Sodden. Were it not for mandatory merchant routes and stacking rights, why I'd have gone round through Sodden.
Gods have mercy. Whatever is this filth?
Necrophages. Drawn here by blood scent.
For such vile monstrosities to prowl the high roads of my realm, I won't allow it. Attack!
Who were these travellers whose bodies now litter the roadside? They had the look of pilgrims who had found misfortune after crossing paths with the strays of Spala. The bandits had slit their throats, leaving the bodies to rot under the sun. They would likely have known the stench would attract attention, flesh-hungry scavengers, thus exposing the next passers-by to a horrific death. Clearly this realization hadn't bothered them in the slightest. Nice. A pilgrimage cut short. The trophy is a unique card and you can have only one in your deck at a time. The trophy will automatically appear on the beginning at battlefield at the beginning of the match.
Fog in broad daylight, with the heat positively sweltering. Have we to do with some manner of sorcery?
We shouldn't exclude the possibility, my lord. And great caution we must exercise.
Raymond, what is this? Some spectre? A strigger?
I can't be sure, your grace. It's the first I've seen of any such... thing.
One boat's all I need.
These carrion eaters. I know them. Appeared on my estate last spring, enticed by the corpses of those of my sheep that fell. Harmless at first. Until, that is, they fill their guts. Seemed to become quite powerful then.
Fearsome they look, true. But they bleed just as we do. Onward! Slay the filth!
Should have listened to me, old lady.
So fortunate we routed the beasts before they had a chance to gorge.
What does that even do? Oh yeah.
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads.
Your grace, yet more come.
They fill their bellies, ma'am. This doesn't bode well. Oh no, not well at all.
Give me a time.
Curses. Strong as steers they've grown. And they show no fear.
Frenzied, my lady. It's bloodlust. They lose all instinct to survive, feel no pain whatever. I've witnessed this before.
Your Majesty, we must give ground. Fall back. We can't win. Must minimize our losses. My queen, there is no shame in ceding the field when fortunes turn sour.
So this is just a tutorial, so it'll make me do some weird stuff. Not that I wouldn't have passed there.
Victory must be ours now. We shall not retreat. Arms at the ready. Attack! Look there! Yet another abomination.
Ugh, that stench. My salts. Where are my salts?
marble is to your command.
We must trust each other.
I should use that the other way around. Oh well.
Armor won't serve them.
The beasts hadn't a chance against us. Victory is ours.
I do like how graphically cool this game is. It's interesting. Well, please write as soon as you reach the temple. I know only 2 weeks have passed, but my heart weighs heavy with the thoughts of you. Our home feels empty without you. I hope our offering, though modest, will please the Mother Goddess. With her blessing, we shall have a child at long last. I have no doubt you will make it as loving as a father, as husband. Please be vigilant and return to me soon. Forever yours, Right. Sorry, I'm just opening up the map in such a way.
Many trees we felled, my lady. Many trees we felled, my lady. Might you have need of them? So, take whatever your heart desires. They call themselves strays? Well, we'll treat them like strays. We build a bridge, brick by brick. A one, a two, the pillar grows thick. You near no bandits here. Not surprising, neither, for we'd chase them off with our hatchets, we would. You near no bandits here. Not surprised.
The masks they wear. Have you seen them? Milady, the masks they wear. Have you seen them? They've fangs, snouts, horns. Like a right proper nightmare. Your Majesty, I beg of you, thrash them bandits. Please. Scared to step out into me own fields, I am. To raise an hand against the Queen? These hounds hold nothing sacred. Thank you for listening to this tired bag of bones. Folk haven't lent an ear to old Poppy in a long while. Please take this for the road. Your Majesty, I beg of you, thrash them bandits, please.
Soon, Queen and retinue arrived at Hawksburn. The men stationed there they found standing at attention, baking under the blistering noonday sun.
Your Majesty, Count Caldwell.
Stand at ease, Sergeant, and report.
Whoa.
The local peasants we've rounded up in the yard, Your Grace. Expect they might have lent the bandits aid. Yet our courtesy hadn't inspired them. They haven't peeped a word. Might it please Your Grace to summon the hangman? He ties a noose for them, should have them jabbering right quick.
I'll speak to them first.
Your Majesty, for the Queen to question commoners, why, it's simply not proper.
Whom for? I shan't be stripped of crown and titles for it, so no impediment do I see. Lead me to them.
Bow low for your sovereign, Her Majesty, Queen Maeve of Lyria and Rivia.
Ha' mercy, Your Grace. We bear no guilt, we simple folk.
Calm your hearts, good folk. Though your queen I may be, you are subjects, not slaves.
Maeve extended a hand, the royal ring gleaming upon it. Unfamiliar with protocol, a pleb gripped it firmly and gave it a shake as hearty as a good scrub in the tub.
My, we shall be addressing one another by name afore long.
This is an outrage! Guards! Grab him!
I've all in hand, Caldwell.
Forgive me, Your Grace. I'm not accustomed, no how.
Nonsense. You've a firm grip, a spry handshake, and a bold spirit I can respect. What do they call you, man?
Helmer, son of Florence.
Delighted, Helmer. Now understand me, man. I am in dire straits and in need of your aid. So please, answer my queries in full and forthrightly. The bandits, whom do they follow?
Him, my lady. We've seen him. No name, just an odd title. The Duke of Dogs, they call him.
My, a blue-blood thoroughbred mutt. Where are he and his hounds bound? Did he say?
That recall, Imogen? What do you name? A Gleeton or something?
Clayton. Lord Clayton. His estate lies to the south.
Interesting.
Sound the horns. Have the men form up. We march at once.
Milady! Harbour no ire for the Duke. He's a good man. Gave us proper brass for the welcome we gave him. Shared what grub he had.
Shut it, louts. The Queen's had her say. Your Grace, your orders. What are we to do with them?
Leave them be. The harvest draws close. Hard work. They'll have their hands full.
Oh, milady. Thanks be to you, thanks be. I pray Mother Melitele watch over your kind heart.
Pray she watches over yours. Should I hear of you sheltering bandits again, of you lying to my officers, I shall return and put torch to every hut, field and orchard. Understood.
The men didn't like
Maeve
that.
set off toward Lord Clayton's estate at a gallop, her mount knocking the peasants aside as it kicked up a cloud of dust. The folk of Hawksburn spoke of the royal visit long after, albeit ever behind closed doors and in hushed tones.
Yeah, I'm basically going to go for as many items as I can. I like to pick up free
What
stuff.
is this, Reynard? Bandits attacking royal tax collectors. In broad daylight.
Your Grace, 2 of your subjects humbly request aid. Yukon, whom they called themselves, seems a wagon's axle snapped and they need to Harry to mark it. What are yours? If you... I fucking hate. I keep clicking on that. I keep clicking on that because I'm so used to opening up the map in Witcher, and I just keep smacking the wrong button. My queen Spala was found inside the dwelling. He was wounded during the siege and Hawksburn, then abandoned by his comrades. The location of their spoils he'd offered to share, that is, Shrewsbury's life. Ah man, I know where everything is. I'm not gonna deal with that shit.
That rumble. What is it?
Look out! Rock slide!
In a flash, Reynard leapt for Maeve, wresting the queen from her saddle. Had he arrived a moment later, Maeve would have met her fate under a massive boulder. Alas, she was not yet free from danger. The entire encampment had begun to collapse onto the road, along with the temple wall that stood atop it. Screams of crushed and dying soldiers cast a somber shadow upon the queen, yet she needed to collect her wits and actively to establish control over her units. Destroy all the orders. Puzzles, special rules, shortened battle, custom deck. Okay. Category deck. This battle will only last one round. Okay.
The bluff crumbles! Fall back! Save yourselves!
Your Grace, the wagon. We can use it as cover. Forward. We must move it forward.
What now?
You're far fewer than I presumed. Summon your comrades, damn it! Chop chop! Before I reach for my whip.
Arbalist to your command. Armor won't save.
Ha!
The wagon! Use the wagon now!
We've come through, Reynard. I thank you.
Probably wouldn't have known what to do.
The walls of the temple collapsed. The buttresses doubtless damaged by something.
Or someone. There's naught we can do here. We ride on.
I did it again. I did it again. Okay, so question mark here. Okay, so we're gonna head probably back along this road because I want to collect all the stuff in here. You can also head up here. We can actually head up here first and do all the stuff up here because it doesn't cross over. Because we actually need to head down and across this bridge over here. So I reckon we go up and down. We'll do these two first though.
A peasant cart, loaded with a heap of hay, came rattling down the road from the opposite direction.
Clear the road!
Bellowed Count Caldwell, standing in his stirrups.
Make way for your queen!
The peasants obediently turned their cart into the roadside nettles. As she passed, Meve glanced towards it and froze. Atop the hay bale lay a badly wounded man gripped by fever. The thick, sweet stench of rot wafted from his bandaged legs.
Gods. Who did this to him?
Meve asked.
Bandits?
Nay, milady,
replied the cartman.
'Twere a beast. Out to the east, down Wetterton Way, lies a boneyard, old as the elves, they say.
The peasant continued.
Clayton was setting snares round about there. Came running back to us, drenched in blood, rattling on about a long-haired wench come climbing out a grave. We's taken him to the good sisters of Melitele here on Bridge. Perhaps they can help him.
I'm certain they can. And will.
Replied the Queen, though just looking at the wounded wretch, she knew he'd expire before nightfall.
God speed you on your journey.
The Queen whistled, and her mare resumed its trot.
Shall I send for a witcher, Your Grace?
Caldwell asked.
One of those freaks should make short work of the monster.
Until we apprehend the bandits, I shan't allow a single soul to leave our company. Even on such an important mission as finding a witcher.
Meve replied.
Any who did would be captured at once. But, if fate brings us near Wetterton, perhaps we'll see to this monstrous harridan ourselves.
Your Grace, we've only just fought beasts and scarcely escaped with our lives. This she-beast will take a silver sword. Magic formulae.
Yet a dozen arbalists will have to suffice.
The Queen said, calmly but firmly.
And please, Caldwell, do stiffen your spine a bit. Now onward.
I like that. Good luck. Alright, so we're going to go up to the top here. Because I want to collect all this shit up here. So we'll just kind of go up this way. And yeah, I just want to collect it. I want to collect everything. I don't know how to get up there though. I'll work it out. But oh, I did it again. Fuck! I'll do these two bits first. Car's on that. Okay.
Kneel and pay homage to the gods. You shall be rewarded. Melitele watches over us all. Yet you do well to remind her through supplication. There is ever time for prayer, even as war rages all around. Pleased to see ye yearn for the holy word, milady. I'll keep ye in my prayers to the Mother Goddess.
We stood on the banks of Badgerun, a modest river with a strong current and dark reputation. Fishing boats overturned, clothes ripped from the hands of washerwives. Children playing on the banks swept away in a flash. The locals have long suspected that something malicious resides on those raging waters. Eliminate all the drowners. Do not let any allies die. Hint: it takes just one damage to turn an even into an odd. What? What? Why can't I play anymore?
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Oh, what the fuck? I don't understand why this game won't let me play.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Why can't I play another card? What the fuck? How are you supposed to do this? I don't understand what's going on. I'm supposed to be able to play multiple cards in one turn, because look, this would just kill me. Boom, 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 died. Fuck me. I might have to change the difficulty if I can't work these puzzles. Alright, so we'll play the War Wagon, yeah?
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Okay, so I can't do anything for some reason. Okay, I'm smashing X right now. I don't know why. Okay, and then I click triangle, and then boom, boom, I'm dead. And I have no idea why it won't let me play the fucking cards. Fuck me. Can you fix your fucking game? Like, okay, okay, well. What? What the fuck did I just do?
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Oh my god. Fuck. Holy shit, this puzzle shit's pissing me off. How the fuck do you do this shit? Like, what? Set the power of each unit on this road to the average of all units. Then destroy self. Okay. So, I play War Wagon.
Can't take it anymore.
And then I play... No, okay. Okay. So why can't I play one fucking card? How the fuck are you supposed to do this shit? What the fuck? Like, I'm supposed to be able to play like dead. What the fuck am I... What is this shit? Last time I did this, you got like more turns. Just play the dummy? Just do nothing? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do, game? What am I I can't play, look, one card, and then it just won't let me play the other one. Like, fucking hell, this is stupid. What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck? Fucking hell, I'm just gonna change the difficulty and see if I can just skip battles. I can't be fucked. Yes, continue. What the fuck is this shit? That's so fuck, what is this battle anyway? Oh, I might have to Google solutions to this fucking game. Thronebreaker. Puzzle. Oh my god, okay, so I just watched the solution because I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, so I'm sorry for complaining. I must have never read the cards at all because I'm dumb.
I'm a monster.
This is the solution I saw. I'm just gonna use solutions because it's easier. Like no, I'm not. I'm gonna try them out first before I do that. So now they can't attack, and that's what this gonna say.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
I guess if you played it a lot, you might know how to do all that, but I didn't, and I got angry. I got really... Some damned collectors stopped by a Hawksburn again, and once again we survived by the skin of our teeth, so our beloved queen can import yet another Zeracanian rug. Devil's take, I say. Gather anything of worth in the cottage and wrap it greased sheepskin. Take it to the field and among the sheaves, bury it. These curse collectors will just have to make do with the pittance we give them. I fucking did it again. So it must be over here. I just keep doing this. Like, oh. I get so mad when I can't do things, by the way. Just pre-warning, if I get mad, it's because I'm generally raging at the game. Like, I rage a lot of games. Wow. You see that? Like a bit of lag right there.
Travelling the high road, they heard the bells of a temple to Mother Melitele, situated at some distance. Neve turned towards Reynard.
What have we today? A sacred feast?
Not that I recall, Your Grace.
The Queen's brow darkened, her hands clenched into fists on her reins.
Then they sound the alarm. Follow me.
Oh.
Stained glass shards glinted in the grass. Bits of down, ripped from quilts, wafted through the air. The priestesses, gathered in the yard, were seeing to wounded pilgrims, setting toppled, oft beheaded or armless statues back on their feet.
What happened here?
The strays of Spala fell upon us.
Sighed the prioress.
Stole the offerings, the monstrances, holy books. My lady, I implore you, come to our aid, recover what's rightly ours.
Ever clever, Neve's scouts soon discovered the bandits' tracks. They led to some thick hazel groves east of the temple. The perfect place to hide, or to lie in ambush.
It's all come clear now. Sabotage. 'Twas the bandits who weakened the walls.
The good mother warned us. Hard times lie ahead. The good mother warned us.
Yeah, we'll go up this way last, because I think I should be able to go out here, and then we'll probably come back and bang. But for now, we'll go out over here. How do I get back here?
The strays, no doubt. They must be nearby.
Statues of the good mother, how dare they?
Your Majesty, the priests Melody implore you to leave an offering. The Mother Goddess smiles upon those who bow before her. Say, and leave a gift of gold. Harmony with gods, a treasury, please honor the mind of the Mother Goddess.
Statues of the good mother, how dare they? The ravaged statues of the good...
Alright, cool. We'll go back to that other side then. And we'll leave this side alone for now. Because, yeah. I do like the graphics in this game. It's pretty well made. It's not lagging too much either. Puzzles are going to piss me off because I hate puzzles. Like, some puzzles in different games are good. Like, I have to look up puzzles in some games now. Like, I mean, it's because I'm not a kid anymore. Like, when you get old, you just... your ability to solve puzzles goes down, then, like, absolutely down the drain. So we'll go into this town here.
Your Majesty, turn back! There, something wicked lurks. The dead, as they rest, are disturbed. Something digs up their graves, opens their tombs. The dead, as they rest, are disturbed.
Uh-huh. The sacred cemetery had once been an oasis of peace, a place of prayer, reflection, and meditation. Alas, necrophages now scuttle among exhumed graves and human bones litter its grounds. The priestess believed the beast's sudden appearance heralded some impending woe. In what form, what fate awaited Lyria and its people? Weaken each enemy to one power.
Give me a time. Arbalist at your command.
A lesson in humility coming now.
I'm a war, sir.
Lyria!
take it anymore.
Give me a time. Our ballista, your command.
Keep calm, Tiberius.
I'm a war, sir.
Can't take it anymore.
One bolt I need. Give me a target.
Totally didn't use a thing to tell me how to do that. I totally did that legit. Yep. Oh, 100% did it myself. No, I'm using. I'll be honest. I'm looking up how to do it. I don't have the patience yet, nor the skill to manually
Your
do that.
Majesty, you return. Our prayers have been answered. May the Mother Goddess watch over you. Your Majesty, you return. Our prayers have been answered.
My lady, a monster has defiled one of our tombs, laid waste to sacred groves, bones litter the floor, and treasures enough to fill our coffers. Aurora's is on, your grace. Surely the dead have no need for it, right? That is disgusting. Can't believe whoever would say that to me. Mind you, I'm not playing the Gwent multiplayer card game at all. Time heals all wounds, they say. That memories fade, that the nightmares would end, and my pain would cease. Yet 8 years have passed since I left the world behind, naught but prayer, confession, and reflection. I wonder still how my life might have been different had I refused that last Malga vow, had I noticed the child, had I pulled back on the reins more quickly. I prayed for forgiveness once, now I only pray for the end. May it come swiftly. Let's go do this then.
The bandits had pitched camp in a nearby wood. Spirits buoyed by the wine they'd stolen from the cloister cellar, the brigands had not posted sentries.
Another round! To the sisters!
Neve's soldiers were eager, insistent. The desecrators would be punished. Yet only the Queen could order the assault.
High time we put these strays on a leash.
Spat the Queen, spurring her horse.
To arms! Follow me!
Tankards clattered to the ground as the strays reached for their weapons. The brigands would not even fathom giving up without a fight.
Had the brigands chosen to hide in the dense forest to station a guard? This battle might never have come to pass, and they might have slipped away with their prize. Alas, they were drunk on victory and confidence. Perhaps the gods, thirsty for vengeance on the blasphemers, had dulled their vigilance.
Left, right, left, right.
The mist's gonna pass me those lovely earrings? Or do I tear them off myself?
Cut a lamb? The shank.
Armor won't say. Should have listened to me, old lady.
Looking to dance, mate?
Regroup!
That hit the white of an eye from half a league away.
Again and again and again.
I don't know if I'll be able to do this because I have no idea how to do this shit.
Now!
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads.
You can pay the toll in one of two ways. In silver or in blood.
Pays late. Again.
We got a job to do.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Shh! Cork it!
One boat made.
Discipline shall bring us victory!
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Can't take it anymore.
Bigger they are, easier they are to tow.
Give me a target. There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Yay! We got one gold card.
The Queen's company defeated the bandits and recovered the loot. Silver chalices, reliquaries lined with mother-of-pearl, gold-embroidered robes.
The priestesses would be grateful to have their treasures returned, Your Grace. They would pray ardently for your victory.
Reynard opined.
Yet, you could also keep the silver, expend it on the war effort. And who's to say which, prayer or coin, would be more useful?
Hard times the realm now endures.
The Queen said, after a pause.
Yet this can't justify a lapse in principles. No. We must defend them all the more.
Meve ordered everything returned to the priestesses. All of it, down to the last gulden. Moved by the Queen's gesture, some of the novitiates joined Meve's ranks, aiming to bring succor to any Lyrian wounded in battle. Queen and company rode off, with no gold to show for their toil, but most certainly richer in spirit.
My dearest strays, once you relieve the plough's priestesses of their unnecessary baubles, make your way south to the estate of Lord Clinton. What has got round, he's raised quite the sum for the dowry of his not-so-comely daughter. But can love truly be built upon a mound of coin? I think not. Let's save the poor lad from an unhappy marriage, shall we? Your Duke of Dogs, Earl of Mutts, High King of Huckleberries, His Trampy Highness, His Sparky Lordship, G.
Sure you can bind a rabid dog, tie his four legs together, but you'll not stop him from lashing out and biting. Aroo! You've bested us, aye, but you'll not find the Duke of Dogs near as easy prey. Oh, no! Aroo! Aroo! Aroo!
Whoever voiced that. Your Majesty, the strays of Spala slaughtered the entire village. Witnesses claim folk had refused the brigands' aid. Have we the coin to give these poor souls proper burial? Got ourselves a wyvern. Is it not curious how priestesses so earnestly implore others to put their faith in their goddess' protection, yet surround themselves with walls 9 feet tall, nearly 3 thick, made of solid stone, and a better guarantee of safety than even the most fervent of players? No doubt, given the area in which they chose to erect their temple, this was probably for the best. Standard battle. Okay. It's a standard game of Gwent now, guys. I can handle this. Not in the first round. I'm good.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
For Rivia!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Give me a target. Arbalist at your command. Armor won't save me.
Again and again and again.
A lesson in humility coming now.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, a time to die. Aye.
I played that wrong. Okay, so they win that round, okay.
Should have listened to me old lady.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads. One boat's all I need.
Left, right, left, right.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing.
We must trust each other.
Again and again and again.
I get that. I'm cool with normal gun. I can play normal gun easy. Fortune smiles upon us. Those priestesses brought my story blubbering, and all they have accepted me as a pupil, but getting me hands on the cellar key was the tricky part. Still, I've gotten it now. They've riches stacked to the ceiling, gods be praised indeed. Wait for me tomorrow night at the foot of the embankment at the south wall. I carry what I can manage. Keep an eye out, probably. Probably just a wife sellers, but I've got word some sort of nasties have taken root.
Melitele will not forget your sacrifice. Noble her faithful servants. Melitele will not forget your sacrifice. Noble her faithful servants.
Alright, cool. Gonna head up this way now. Yes, this way.
Off to Witterton, are ye? Bonnie tune that. Just the folk are beyond shite. Off to Witterton, are ye? Bonnie tune that. Off to Witterton.
My lady, the locals claim a treasure is hidden within the cave. We can send a small detachment to learn what truth there is to the rumour. I must admit, at first glance it appears rather treacherous. I can't guarantee everyone will return in one piece, if that at all. My queen, one of the destroyed graves belonged to an elven mage. We might find something of worth, but we would first need to dedicate sufficient resources to debris cleared. Sure.
The Lyrians entered the graveyard. Crickets chirped in its tall, windswept grass, and lush green moss covered its crumbling gravestones. Only a fresh bloodstain upon a mausoleum wall suggested that something disturbed the dead in their rest and hunted the living.
Save your tears, throw earth your grief.
An eerie voice sang, its ghastly lament standing Maeve's hair on end.
Soon your life too shall cease. As you pass into the eternal glow.
A pockmarked, pustule-ridden creature crawled out from behind some gravestones. It vaguely resembled a shriveled, hunchbacked hag, until its head split into two halves, forming a tooth-spiked maw.
Attack! Everyone!
What exactly was the monster Maeve encountered at the cemetery? The inhabitants of Wetterton called it a mourner. They believed it to be a she-elf driven mad after her children were killed. From time to time she would return to the grave to light candles, lay flowers, and make an offering of human blood. What the fuck?
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me. Abel is to your command. Armor won't save.
If you insist.
One bolt's all I need.
What was that filth?
The Queen croaked hoarsely as the dying monster writhed in agony at her feet.
I know not, your grace,
replied Reynard.
But to be safe, I would have the corpse chopped up and burned. Elsewise, we will not be certain it shall not return.
Yes, have it done.
Meve said, brushing her hair from her beaded brow.
But quickly, lest dusk catch us in this foul place.
The Lyrians soon resumed their march. As they left the cemetery behind them, some believed they still heard the haunting dirge upon the air. Or was it just the wind, whistling past mossy tombstones?
Oh, sorry. Boost an ally by 4 and give it 1 armor, then trigger all allies' loyal abilities. Move a card in your deck to the top and strengthen it by 3, then trigger all allies' loyal abilities. I'm cool with that. Don't have a lot of gold, so this lady gives me some gold. Oh shit.
As they neared Wetterton, the Queen ordered her company to halt. She then sent men to the town for supplies. Those sent returned more quickly than she'd assumed they would, their satchels empty, their mounts foaming at the mouth.
Your Majesty, the townsfolk have gone right mad. Herded all the elves and dwarves at Market Square. 'Tis a slaughter.
The Queen knew well that if she failed to intervene, the town's streets would flow with non-human blood. Just as she knew her meager force might not subdue an enraged crowd.
What is your command, your grace?
Reynard's question pierced the silence.
What can it be, dear friend?
Answered the Queen, then spurred her mount and rode off towards the town. Her troops followed, running as fast as their legs would carry them. When they passed inside the town gate, they saw corpses lining the gutters. Meve realized she had arrived too late to prevent a tragedy. The crowd was drunk on blood. Its rage would need to be quelled with an iron fist.
Unfortunately, this was not Lyria's first pogrom. What? Pilgrim? Or whatever. Nor its last. Although the wars between humans and the elder races had ended decades past, elves and dwarves were still painfully aware how quickly rumor can turn to hatred. does not take long before pitchforks and flails are taken up to the streets of cobblestone, a stained crimson. Hang on, this reminds me, this whole Elder War shit. It reminds me of like if you guys, okay, this is off topic. So if you get a place called anime system called Crunchyroll, this is start the battle, and you go Crunchyroll, whatever anime system you use. I pay for my anime, so whatever. Somali and the Forest Spirit has an excellent anime, and it shows prejudice against humans because they tried to kill gross tests or something like that. And yeah, anyway, I'm gonna watch fucking how to do this because fuck these puzzles.
Step away, or see your heads bounce
All
down
right,
the
I'll be right back.
cobblestones. Reynard, who started this? I must know. So much hatred. We must put a stop to it.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Her Majesty knows. We must strike the largest clusters! Disperse the mob!
God save us! There's killing everyone! Run for your lives!
Alright, well damn, that's how you do that.
Happily, Neve restored order without suffering any losses. Reynard then learned that a nobleman's ire had triggered the violence, ire at having discovered a theft.
Suspicion fell on the non-humans he employed.
There's one,
he
two,
accused
three,
them.
four,
They protested,
five different
and the row
places you can
soon
go.
engulfed the town. But there's something else, Your Grace.
Reynard gestured towards an aged man who stood grieving, his face in his hands.
I've witnesses who claim the strays of Sparla are the thieves.
Though the tragedy seemed the result of a misunderstanding, justice would have to be served. Those responsible for the slaughter would need to be punished. The question was, how severely?
Your excuses I cannot accept.
Said the Queen.
The vipers who called for the slaughter, they will hang. The rest...
Majesty!
A townswoman fell to Neve's feet.
Mercy, please! 'Twere words taken wrong, a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding? To don another's cape, pay out insufficient change. These are misunderstandings. What happened here was criminal, and you'll be punished as criminals.
The condemned were hanged at once, without regard to the protests of kith and kin. Those non-humans who had managed to hide and survive made a most generous donation in gold to bolster the Queen's force. I'd like to say Wetterton's small melting pot of races lived on in harmony. Yet alas, I'm not in the habit of propagating untruths.
You hanged good folk today, ma'am.
Right.
And for what? Because they came to the end of their tether? You hanged good folk today, ma'am.
Well, maybe they shouldn't have done what they did, you dumb fucking shit. Ah. How the fuck do I get over there? Oh, fucking... Oh, okay, I see. Oh, you hanged my brother. Game even told me that was a bad idea. Your Grace, a travelling merchant has stopped in the village. He invited you to take a look at his wares, for which he has promised modest praise. Oh, he's learnt the lesson. Lesson learnt. Alright, cool. So we have to go down this way now.
Those bandits, dressed as demons they was, horns on their heads and pig snouts instead of noses. Those bandits, dressed as demons they was, horns on their heads and pig snouts instead of noses. Beware, some bandits on thy road round Dawn, those that call themselves the Strays. Those bandits...
Oh. They're going to follow the main quest and stuff.
Off to the nuptials, ma'am.
My lady, the march has taken its toll on the men. A brief sojourn at Sin will do them good. Nothing improves morale quite like the music and frosty mug of Vizim and Champagne. Cool. Get their morale back up.
Off to the nuptials, ma'am. Ought to cross this bridge here, then ride on straight as piss. An arrow. I'm bringing honey for the groom and his lovely bride. May their new life prove at least as sweet. Dance till we die, or the sun lights the sky. Dance till we die, or the sun lights the sky. I'm bringing honey for the groom and his lovely bride.
The Queen rides her there. The Queen. She'll smite the bandits. Save us, one and all.
Interesting.
The Queen rides her there. The Queen. She'll smite the bandits. Save us, one and all. The Queen rides her there.
My fluffy sweet bun, my heart aches, but I cannot sneak away. So many have arrived in the village, it's become impossible to slip away unnoticed. I spun a tale for my nosy auntie to escape even for the briefest of moments. I managed to sneak some silverware under my dress, but I think it's best to leave it here for now and return once the hysteria has died. Soon we'll have enough to begin our new life together. I'll watch for you. Forever yours, B. The peasants of Lyria have a saying, flog a cow in her ilk, you'll get blood in place of milk. Young herdsmen naive enough to ignore such folk wisdom rarely live to ripe old age.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Armor won't say.
We must trust each other. I'm coming, I'm coming.
One bolt's all I need.
Decoy. Sorry, if I open the map a shitload, I want to make sure I get everything. A queen, your subjects are troubled. A cow has given birth to a two-headed calf. An omen for pending war. You can send a priestess and Mileta to dispel it, but not without a cost.
Good folk! Good folk! The Queen's returned! Welcome her we must! Tribute in hand! Ah, our Queen! Why pretty as a painting she is!
Ups, ups, merry little plant. Weddings without ye, revel we shan't.
Folks say the black-clads come our way. I say let 'em! We've pitchforks enough for 'em all! Ah, our Queen!
Maeve's ear suddenly caught brisk music and voices raised in song. She had no doubt. A wedding ceremony had just begun in a hamlet just off the high road. When the bride's father spotted the royal retinue, he rushed up to beg the Queen to bless the newlyweds. Maeve obliged cordially. Encouraged, the father boldly invited Maeve and her court to join in the festivities.
You do us a right honour, my lady. And your men would bolster their strength afore to march ahead. We beg ye, eat, drink and rejoice with us.
I haven't slippers to dance in, but I trust I'll manage somehow. Lead on, good man.
The nuptials took place in the shade of a vast oak tree. Then the newlyweds and their guests walked in procession to a barn adorned with flowers. An uproarious celebration ensued. As she watched her soldiers dance shoulder to shoulder with peasants, Maeve felt a surge of pride at being their queen. The heart of Lyria. It beat most powerfully here, not in the gilded halls of palaces. Suddenly, a cry went up as strange armed men rushed into the yard.
There's the lass! Grab her!
Before anyone could stop them, the bandits took the bride and fled into the woods. The drums and fiddles, suddenly silenced, were now replaced by weeping, moaning, angry calls for pursuit. Deep grief upon his face, the host turned to Meve with a plea.
Milady, we beg of you, help us!
We'll not leave you wanting, good man.
Shouted the queen, slipping her feet into her stirrups.
Follow me! Here!
The earth trembled beneath the weight of horse and hoof. Tankards laid out for a midnight toast to the bride and groom clinked prematurely in the quake, and the Lyrians charged forth into the dark wood.
Oh, to be young again. Heart bursting with love. Oh, to be young again.
Your Majesty, fishermen dragged an odd object from Yevena. They claim it emits a magical aura of sorts, and it's of no use to them. They're willing to part with it for a modest sum. Oh, is that where they've gone? Interesting.
Though the Lyrian cavalrymen had imbibed spirits throughout the night, they not only managed to stay upright in their saddles, but even gained on the bandits and cut off any chance of escape.
The battle was waged in a dense and dark wood, moonbeams scarcely piercing its canopy. Had it not been for the bride's radiant white dress, the Lyrians might not have determined the enemy's position, and so, seeing double, they staggered to battle. The taste of cold vodka still on their lips. Prevent the bandit doctor from reaching the right side of the road. Okay.
Stop them!
The chase is on! Pays late. Again.
Again and again and again.
Watch your heads!
They flee! We must stop them!
Give me a target.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Catch!
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Our ballista, your command.
Yeah, yeah!
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
We must trust each other.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Stop them!
We'll catch them all! The chase is on!
Our ballista, your command.
Catch! Red Fleet, we must stop them.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
I smell a leak.
Oh, Syrian lummoxes.
Armor won't save.
Is it stealing one a turn? I think it's just stealing one a turn.
a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Your Grace, we've near lost them.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Oh, yeah. Alright. Might keep one of those in the battle.
Stop them!
Should have listened to me, old lady.
We'll catch them all!
This harvest will be reaping black-clad.
The chase is on! Pays late. Again. This could hurt. They flee. We must stop them.
Our ballista at your command.
Watch your heads!
Armor wars.
Again and again and again.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me. Lyria!
That bit the white of an eye from half a league away.
Her Majesty is exceptional.
One boat.
Your Grace, we've near lost them.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
I'm coming, I'm coming.
Ah, I didn't get it. Far out. Almost.
Stop them!
Should have listened to me, old lady.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
We'll catch 'em all!
Ours is not to reason why.
Give me a time.
I smell a leak.
Big Lee, we must stop them.
Left, right, left, right.
You mad? Don't shake that!
This harvest we'll be reaping black-clad heads. Our ballista, your command.
The chase is on!
Keep calm, Tiberius.
I'm a voice.
We'll kill it next turn. Yay!
One bolt all I need.
We have them, Your Majesty!
Took a bit, but far out. Finally got it.
Neve's troops defeated the bandits and rescued the bride. Only to be surprised. For the maiden fair dropped to her knees and burst into tears of sorrow, not joy.
Weep not, child.
The queen said, placing her arm upon her shoulder.
It's over. You're free.
Nay, not so, Your Majesty. My lady, I've no love for Jan. No wish to wed him. It's my father. My family forced me. My heart's Fimbers. He arranged the masquerade. I beg ye, if you've 1 ounce of kindness, if you've a heart, let us leave this place together and free.
Oh, I've a heart,
answered the queen.
yet I've also a head with which to reason. Your beloved spilled blood this day. A grave crime. He shall answer for it. While you, my dear, must go home.
Upon spotting the queen returning with the bride, the revelers ran out to meet them. Not wishing to rile the crowd, Meve revealed the truth of the matter solely to the newlyweds' families. They, in turn, annulled the freshly made union and, in gratitude for her aid, gave the queen all the gifts the guests had brought.
Oh, we didn't like that.
You spy that column of smoke? Gods damn it! Make haste!
As the Clayton estate appeared from behind a tree line, the Queen and all in her retinue knew at once they had arrived too late. A veritable swarm of bandits milled about the yard.
Who have we here? I'll take a gander, lads. The Queen herself has deigned to come and see us.
See you, then kill you.
The strays of Sparla. 'Tis you who lead them. 'Tis you they call the Duke of Dogs.
Aye, 'tis I they dub so. And in other pleasant ways. Prince of Pariahs, Thane of Thieves, Baron of Brigands, and Marquess of Mendacity.
Colourful titles all, yet you omit one. Common cutthroat!
I beg your pardon and cry foul. I am anything but common.
You needn't get excited, Caldwell. Where is Lord Clayton?
Sadly, my lord's no longer with us. Turned us away, you see. Denied us hospitality. A sacred right, after all. Angered the gods mightily, I expect, as he promptly met a tragic end. Fell in the well and broke his neck.
I've heard enough. To arms! Attack!
Mere soldiers were seasoned warriors. They had served in many campaigns, fought on many fronts. Still, the strays of Sparla caused them great unease. The brigands, howling like wild dogs, did not fight with ordinary sword nor spear, but with executioners' axes, swords with rusty nails, and instruments of torture. Their faces concealed behind ghastly prison masks. Whoa.
Ho, lads! What say we throw this queen a ball?
Yeah, yeah!
Before turn start, if the sum of adjacent units' power is higher than self-damage solved by 3, every turn on start turn move to a random position and damage. Okay.
Can't take it anymore.
Well, well, my congratulations.
We'll catch 'em all!
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
I smell you.
Stand back! 'Tis some alchemical concoction!
Lyria!
You mad? Don't shake that!
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
We got a job to do.
One boat I need.
Shh! Cork it.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to
House is moving.
The chase is on!
Again and again and again.
Give me a target.
Bravo, Your Grace. Well played.
I can't say the same for you, I fear. You'd have done better to die in battle. Bound for Lyria now, where the hangman will have his way with you.
Splendid! I've ever wished to see the capital.
Quite certain of yourself, you seem.
Many afore you have braided nooses for me, Your Grace. Yet as you see, my neck's straight as a pike.
My threats are never hollow. And if it's an escape you weigh, well, we've yet to see any man abscond from the dungeons of Lyria Castle.
I'd hope so. For to be known as second just wouldn't be worth the trouble.
Ugh. Take him away.
As soldiers placed the Duke of Dogs in shackles, there was a sudden commotion. A messenger rushed in, sweaty, gasping for air, smelling of smoke and blood. His gaze spoke terror.
Your Majesty, Graces, Nilfgaard's crossed the Yaruga. Black-clad hordes. Villages burn. Folk lie murdered.
Nilfgaard! Gods help us!
They march for Dravograd. Prince Willem, he can't hope to arrive in time with aid. Help us. You must.
Dravograd. Blast it all. Listen close, soldier. You're to take a fresh mount, ride hard back to your commander and say the Queen comes to repel the foe.
Your Grace, begging your pardon, our force. We aren't many. Let's send for reinforcements first, elsewise...
Reynard, I've seen Nilfgaard's trebuchets at work. Should we delay until we're stronger, they'll leave no stone standing in Dravograd. We must ride for the town at once.
As her men prepared to march, Neve climbed the manor's tower. Smoke rose in columns in the distance. As more black pillars appeared one after the other, she knew they meant another home, another barn, another mill was in flames. Tears welled in her eyes, yet they were tears of anger.
Bastards. If it's war they seek, it's war I shall bring them. Reynard, prepare to ride!
Damage an enemy unit and all other enemies with the same power by 4.
First bandits, now this. Misfortune does indeed come knocking twice.
In Hobbit.
Where are we going to next? Oh, okay. So you can basically go through all your... This is basically, you gotta get lots of resources before you get to the next area. Yeah, I guess we can do a whole map before I head off. I'll try anyway, we'll see how far... We'll get to this area and we'll see what we think. Because it's in 3 hours, it's like... What does it say? 8 PM right now for me. I just gotta drive to work tomorrow, so I don't really want to stay up too late playing games. Can't believe I said that. Oh.
Suddenly, Meave's force found itself marching straight towards a Nilfgaardian company. To the Queen's surprise, the invaders did not immediately assume battle formation. They proceeded instead in her very direction without a sign of panic. The man leading the Nilfgaardians was clad in rich robes. He exuded pride and the scent of musk.
I am Trahaern Vardifir, Your Majesty. I was asked to present your esteemed grace the ultimatum of the forces of the Empire of Nilfgaard.
The envoy cracked the seal on a scroll, unfurled it, took a deep breath, and began to read.
I, General Ardal Ebdahi, demand the immediate and unconditional surrender of Lyria and Rivia. Elsewise, I will burn down every city, town, village, and temple, place all your subjects in chains, and your armed men, defeated and captured, I will hang along the roadsides as a warning to all others in the barbarous north.
As the final threat echoed in Meave's ears, the envoy put away the scroll and stood waiting for her answer, a mocking smile on his face. He allowed himself this insolence, believing the immunity accorded diplomats would shield him from any form of royal ire.
His Excellency speaks true. We Nordlings are barbarians, without exception.
Answered the Queen. Though her voice was calm, most of those listening shuddered inside.
We neither hold nor honor the standards of the civilized world. Among them, the immunity of envoys. At the...
Nilfgaardian heavy infantry and cavalry have a dark reputation in the north. The very sight of their black armor and the sound of their wings atop their helms instill a sense of dread. Imperial emissaries dressed in silks and decorative fringe may appear less menacing, yet pose no less a threat. Their watchful eyes and venomous words have contributed to the collapse of many a realm. Have they tried getting shot in the head by Mac 10? I hear it's pretty hardcore.
This is savagery! Barbarous! Do attack an emissary!
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Give me a target.
My lady, your majesty, you must stop this!
Our ballista, your command.
We must trust each other.
Oh, I did that wrong. Yeah, I've done it wrong. But, like, you know, we'll give it a go anyway.
I'm a monster.
I have to give this a go. I don't know how to fucking do this one. Let's work it out.
This is savagery! Barbers! Do attack an emissary!
Left, right, left, right.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die. One bullet's all I need.
My lady, your majesty, you must stop this!
Give me a target.
Her Majesty is exceptional.
For Rivia!
This is savagery! Barbers! Do attack an emissary!
Left, right, left, right.
Ours is not to reason why.
One bullet's all I need.
My lady, your majesty, you must stop this!
Give me a target.
Company! Forward march!
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
What the f...
This is savagery! Barbers! Do attack an emissary!
again and again and again.
Oh, Lyrian lummoxes.
Maybe if I,
My lady, your majesty, you must stop this!
One boat's all I need.
one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We must trust each other.
Give me a target. Our ballista, your command.
Got him. Bastard.
The envoy's escort crumbled beneath the onslaught of Meade's Lyrians, who grabbed the emissary and brought him before their queen. Robes torn and head blooded, he no longer exuded imperial pride.
Your Grace, what would you have us do with this pompous arse?
I want him shackled in iron collar and manacles. To the capital we shall take him, and in the castle dungeon he shall taste of northern hospitality.
The envoy's jaw opened, but no sound, no protest came forth. The queen's irate stare drilling into him,
Did one or another.
he simply swallowed audibly. Traherne var Fetifir, usually silver-tongued, remained utterly silent the rest of the way to the capital.
Must have to walk all the way behind that castle. My lady, the toiler is formerly under Lord Clayton's service, which should join your army. In a few hours I can teach them which end of the spade to point at the enemy. It's simply a matter of coin. Might as well, we need more troops. I'll get rid of these fags out of that castle. Forging units followed in the wake of Nilfgaard's army corps force, emptying granaries, stealing horses and looting valuables. While fracturing and scattering these units was not vital to Maeve's efforts to repel the invaders, she had no intention of allowing them to strip her realm bare.
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads.
Must be an important lesson in this. But what?
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Life is mine now.
It's just a 5 so difficult turns.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Hundred and 102, 103.
What the fuck is that?
Retreat!
Left, right, left, right.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Hundred and 52, 154.
For Rivia! Destillat Seifel!
Herzer.
Didn't mean to do that, but anyway. I was going to take out the 2 1s, but I fucked up my turn. Oh.
Scrubbing duty again? Oh, gods.
1, 2, 3, 4.
One boat, all I need.
A lesson in humility coming now.
Give me a target. Arbalist at your command.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just kill that. Fuck it.
Scheiß! In Trade!
Off to the front yet again.
Again and again and again.
Cool, I beat them. Yay! Duke Ard-Eb-Adar, Grand Challenger, blah 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 blah. Your priority is to capture Dragograd. Seizing the city is in the war's first days grants additional clout behind our allies in their negotiations with the Lyrian nobility. You needn't lose peace of mind over Queen Maeve. According to our report, she's just crossed the border with an insignificant military force. She poses you no threat. Yes, she posed them no threat at all. That's why they're dead. Interesting. At least with the subduing of those Nilfgaards, it should make it harder for them to come up from behind. There's one lost encampment. Alright, let's do this. Right, war gives way to myriad odours, char, blood, muck, yet rotting flesh is the worst of it. Strong winds carry the stench far, provoking fear in the hearts of simple folk, and whetting the appetites of bloodthirsty monsters. Eliminate all goes, use your elite's ability. Have faith in your most loyal units.
Give me a target. Our ballista, your command. Armor won't serve. Armor won't serve. One bullet's all I need. Give me a target.
Whoops. Protocol. Inhabitants of conquered territories are henceforth informed that any attempt to impede the Imperial War efforts shall be met with punishment of the highest severity. So what they're saying is they want to do anything. No, you can't do anything as long as they tell you that you can't.
Then one day, gazing towards the horizon, the Queen spotted Lyrian banners whipping about in the wind.
At long last,
She said with a smile. Niamh resolved to speak with the commander, one Baronet Eldar. It was the first time they met, and the youth very much impressed her. Yet instead of questioning Eldar about the foe's troop movements, Reynard took the conversation down a seemingly irrelevant path.
And how's your father, if I may ask? In good health, I hope?
Yes, though he still nurses that bump he suffered while hunting last winter. Yet he's not one to complain. I'll tell him you asked.
Irritated at the trivial nature of the conversation, Niamh gave her horse a dose of her reins and cantered off. Once Eldar and his men were safely behind them, she took Reynard aside.
Reynard, this is no time for gossip and pleasantries. We are at war.
Yes, Your Majesty. And in such times, little should be taken at face value. Even a man's name.
Get to the point, Reynard.
Eldar's father died a month past. His son, I venture, should have known as much.
But that means... Oh, the bastard. Impeccable accent, though.
I fear he's rather representative of what we face. Nilfgaardian spies are ever well prepared.
Tell me, how did you know?
He wears no mourning on his armor. Were it not for that, I dare say I might never have guessed. What are your orders, Your Grace? To observe these Nilfgaardian mummers?
Assemble a force. Tell them to follow our new allies. Observe them closely.
As you wish, Your Grace.
Reynard's scouts did as ordered, watching the false Lyrians while themselves remaining unseen. Soon after, a scout returned with news that the false Lyrians seemed headed for Rastburg, a castle several leagues to the north.
But this castle here? It's not several leagues to the north, it's like right fucking there.
House. Barn. Granary. House. Barn. Granary. Blackclads burnt it all down. Begged 'em, my lady. On hands and knees. They just laughed. We offend their emperor some ways, Your Majesty. We offend their empress.
Whee. I don't play the online Gwent, so this is really weird. Because it's like, oh, you've discovered something that you'll never use, and it's like, yep, it's good, yep. Alright, we're gonna finish up with this castle. Right here. Save and exit. Alright, thanks for joining us. I'm gonna head off because it's bedtime now. I will probably stream again in, probably around Thursday when I'm back from work. Alright, till then. Little 1, 2, 3, 4 signing out. I'm gonna fucking go back